It's stated in chapter 9 verse 24 of the Holy Quran. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وَإِخْوَانُكُمْ وَأَزْوَاجُكُمْ وَأَشِيرَتُكُمْ وَأَمْوَالٌ اقْتَرَفْتُمُوهَا وَتِجَارَةٌ تَخْشَوْنَ كَسَادَهَا وَمَسَاكِنُ تَرْضَوْنَهَا أَحَبَّ إِلَيْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَجِهَادٍ فِي سَبِيلِهِ فَتَرَبَّصُوا حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ بِأَمْرِهِ وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. Say, if your fathers, your sons, your brothers, your wives, your relatives, the wealth that you have gained, the commerce in which you fear a decline, and the dwellings in which you delight are dearer to you than Allah, His Messenger, and striving hard and fighting in His cause, then wait until Allah brings about His decision, that is punishment. And Allah guides not the rebellious people to right path. Early Muslims had this faith, that is why they could create history. Everyone knows the sacrifice made by Mus'ab bin Umair radiallahu anhu. Mus'ab, who lived in the midst of wealth and opulence, who used to wear the most beautiful dresses, eat most delicious food, and spray the most expensive perfume. After becoming a Muslim, he abandoned all these luxuries. He first fled to Abyssinia and then to Medina, and finally died as a martyr in the war of Uhud. The Prophet, with tear-filled eyes, looked at the dead body of Mus'ab that was covered with a torn and dirty cloth for a long time and said with shivering lips, "O Mus'ab, I have seen you when you were at Mecca. I have not seen such a handsome person with such a beautiful and silky hair. Now you're lying here with the dirty clothes and uncombed hair." The sacrifice of early Muslims prove their approach towards life. A true believer does not love his life for any material benefit, nor is it because he fears death and clings to life. On the other hand, he sees life as an opportunity to serve God. If he loves death, it is only because he wants to meet his Creator at the earliest. The Prophet said, if a person decides to meet Allah, Allah also decides to meet him. When Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu was stabbed while praying, he lost his consciousness. When he regained his consciousness, the first thing he asked his fellow Muslims was whether they had all finished their prayers that was interrupted due to the stabbing incident. Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu told his son that even the cloth to be used to cover his dead body should not be extravagant or expensive. He gave directions to others to walk fast to the grave while carrying his body. He told them, "You should walk fast because if Allah has decided to give me a reward in the other world, let me get it fast. And if Allah has reserved me punishment, you can relieve yourself of the sin you are carrying at the earliest." This was said by Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, to whom Allah has promised the other world. When Ali radiallahu anhu was critically wounded due to stabbing by an assassin, he said, "I am victorious." When Bilal radiallahu anhu was about to die, his wife cried uncontrollably. He comforted her, "Do not cry, my dear. I am going to meet my dear friends Muhammad and others." When Khubayb radiallahu anhu's limbs were cut off, he said, "If I die as a Muslim, I do not bother in what way I die, because my death is for Allah, and if He wishes, He can infuse blessings even to my severed limbs." When Khalid bin al-Walid radiallahu anhu invited Roman and Persian generals to peace, he said, "Otherwise, you will have to encounter people who love death just as they love life. But unfortunately, we fear death and clings to life. That's why we can find many doctors refusing to put Islamic literature in their clinics, fearing they will lose their non-Muslim clients. Lawyers hesitating to propagate Islam, fearing their chances to becoming a judge will be diminished. Government officials refusing to identify themselves as Muslims, apprehending that may hinder the chances for promotion. The parents who spend lakhs for their children to get them admitted in professional colleges hesitate to give religious education to their children. The very same mother who rushes to prevent her child getting burned from candle fire does not do anything to stop her child from falling to eternal hellfire. The Prophet said, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdamil ummahati. Paradise lies at the feet of your mother. It has two implications. One, the duty of children towards their mother, to love, protect, and to be kind to the mother. The second aspect is the responsibility of mother to her child. If the mother has properly trained her child to be a good Muslim, then there is every chance for the child to enter heaven. That is why the Prophet said, Paradise lies at the feet of your mother. We parents in fact love our children, but neglects to train them to be believers. It is true that children are a great source of happiness to parents, which inspires parents to live and earn. But there are children who, instead of gratitude, show ingratitude to parents. Instead of showing love and kindness, behave cruelly. There are innumerable incidents where unfortunate parents were murdered or ill-treated by children to grab wealth. Many parents have lamented, We have loved you, protected you and sustained you. We have provided you best education and brought all things you have asked for. We had spent sleepless nights beside your bed when you were ill. But when the time and opportunity came upon you to show gratitude and love, you have shown ingratitude and cruelty. One of the Shakespearean characters lamented, There is nothing more painful than the bite of poisonous serpent, except the ingratitude and cruelty of children. As a lawyer, I had the misfortune to witness on several occasions the ingratitude shown by children towards their parents, especially daughters. There are innumerable cases where daughters, abandoning the faith to which they belong, and parents who have given birth to them in order to go with their lovers, on the advice of their lawyers, they have no hesitation to submit before the court utter lies and allege that their parents who have given birth to them and who have sustained them are trying to kill them. And when the judges ask them whether they want to go with their newly found lover or with their parents who have given them birth and looked after them, these daughters without any hesitation or prick in their hearts used to say that they want to go with their lovers. These ungrateful daughters then come out of the courtroom without even glancing at their weeping parents, ignoring their tears and pain. They walk away as a symbol of ingratitude, cruelty and selfishness. One Muslim father have later told me that he regret for not having provided his daughter religious education, fearing that it may affect her secular studies, and for not insisting her to do morning prayer, apprehending that it may disturb her sound sleep. If we really love our children, we have to train them to be true believers, so that both parents as well as children will have real peace and happiness.